You've bought the mango, you're home. Now you're wondering, how exactly do I cut this thing up? Well, whether you want to just slice it up to eat it or dice it up for a recipe, I'm here to help you make the most out of your mango. Oh, mango. Lucky enough for all of us, cutting up a mango is actually a very simple process. You just need a couple of tips to get you on your way. First, a little bit about the mango itself and what you're going to encounter if you haven't cut one up before. If you take a look at your mango, every mango has a similar shape in that there is a fat side, a thin side, and then of course it is long. That is essentially the shape of the pit in the middle of this thing, and that's what you need to keep in mind when you're cutting it up. Tip number one, before you actually get into slicing your mango, cut a little bit of the bottom off. We're gonna do that because now, when we set it on our cutting board, it keeps itself upright. This just helps keep everything simple for you. Now, we talked about those different sides. You take the thinner side and point it towards yourself, and you're gonna take the knife and essentially position it right over the center. Now you may be saying, well, if I do that, I'm just going to hit the pit. Yes, but we wanna get as much of the fruit flesh off of that pit as possible. So tip number two is going to be during the cut, you're actually gonna wanna angle your knife just a little bit to go along the outside edge of that pit. Start in the center, and once you get into it, you probably hit that pit immediately. Pick which way you wanna go. So I'm a righty, so I'm gonna go to the right, and then cut down. Now, after you have gone just to one side of the pit, you want to start putting a little bit of pressure on your blade back towards the pit. So then your knife should actually follow the curve of it all the way down. Get to the bottom, there we go. And we reveal there's that pit inside I was just talking about. And the way that I curved my knife, not only did I get as much of the fruit off of it as possible, but I didn't actually cut into the pit. So this is nice. We've got a very good, nearly half of a mango here. And then you just repeat on the other side. So back up to the top. Found the pit. Pressure towards the outside, and now angling my knife and pressing in a little bit. Get that curve. There's the pit on the other side, and my other roughly half of mango. Now these two cheeks of the mango, this obviously is where we're getting most of the fruit from. But you don't necessarily want to neglect what little bit of fruit you have left around the pit. So you got a couple of options here. You can take your knife and actually cut around the edges, or if you're like me, this can be just a mid-creation snack. So I make a little cut in the skin of it, and then take that with my fingers, and that will simply peel away. And then once I have peeled that skin off, break time for chip. Also a good way to test just how flavorful, how juicy, how ripe, how awesome, how perfect, how delicious the mango is that you're about to finish cutting up. Oh yeah. Okay. Done with the pit. Now, onto the slicing and the dicing. I'm gonna do a different way with each half that we have here. First, if you're just slicing this up to eat, it's super simple. Literally just go ahead and cut your slices. Yes, the skin is still on them, but after you've got your slice cut, what I like to do to get the skin off of it, I'll take my knife one more time and just right at the edge, don't cut all the way through, just almost shaving the fruit flesh off itself. And then if you've got a nice ripe mango, that skin should just peel away from your slices. Of course, you can also use your knife to go ahead and cut along the skin all the way down the slice, just depending on how neat you want to get your slices. If you are, say, serving the slice up on a fruit platter, then this may be the better tactic. Definitely a lot prettier. But what if you want cubes of mango because you're going to put it into a salad or a salsa? Well, that process is actually a little more fun, yes, a little tricky, but still pretty simple. Take your half of mango and you're going to cut through the flesh, but not through the skin. And you make your cubes in that half of mango. So I'm going across one way then across the other. You can see the shape of the cube starting to form. And once you have cubed it in the peel, you simply take it into your hands and you're essentially inverting that half a mango. Now, you've got your cubes and you can either simply peel them away, one cube, or if you're trying to just not touch the fruit with your hands, take your knife and cut it right off the peel. And there are our cubes of mango. Hopefully this tutorial was exactly what you were looking for and you're currently enjoying some freshly cut mango. Let me know though, success or failure, comment on the video, and if you are curious about other strange produce out there, be sure to check out my YouTube channel, Life in Progress with Chip, for some of the other produce picks that I've gone through. Bon appetit! I need more mango in my life. So much more mango.